Frank R. Campbell Stadium. Welcome. fans to Frank R. Campbell Stadium. Welcome fans to Frank R. Campbell Stadium. Welcome fans to Frank R. Campbell Stadium, where we're going to have your Averett University Cougars going up against the Hampden-Sydney College Tigers. Today, the first home game for the Cougars, and it is week 1 of the football season. This is the Gold Rush game here at Averett University. And before we get things started, we're going to have the presentation of a trophy for the Cougars. And this is going to be the Pennies for a Purpose trophy. Cougars worked very hard on this. And it looks like we have members of the softball, volleyball, cross country, soccer, and women's lacrosse team accepting this trophy.
Fans across the conference and Pennies for a Purpose. Last fall, conference institutions donated over 52,000 non-perishable items to local organizations prior to Thanksgiving.
And so we're going to thank them for their cause, and we're going to give them a big round of applause. And then here in about 5 minutes, we will get things started with a pregame show, and we'll have kickoff here at Campbell Stadium. Test, 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 test.
Pennies for a Purpose championship flag.
And congratulations one more time for the SAC team for their efforts for the community, not just in athletics, but for the community of Danville, Virginia. And welcome fans again back to Frank R. Campbell Stadium. It's that time of the year again. College football is here. I want to thank you for joining us. You could be watching a plethora of other games, but you are here with me and Trevor Ramagos here at Frank R. Campbell Stadium, looking to watch your Averett University Cougars take on the Hampden-Sydney College Tigers. And Trevor, you told me you have the starters for the Hampden-Sydney Tigers.
So for defensive end, John Klein. Nose guard, Mason Cooper. Defensive tackle, Phil Pullen. Defensive end, Tanner Ramey. Linebacker, Griffin Davis. Linebacker, Brendan Weinberg. Safety, Chad Van Landingham. Safety, Ryan Mallory. Safety, Riggs Jordan. Cornerback, Brian Gwaltney. Cornerback, Hunter Carr. And for the Hampden-Sydney offense, quarterback, Alec Cobb. Running back, Justin Pollard. Wide receiver, Major Morgan. Wide receiver, Dylan Costello. Wide receiver, Nick Kelavakis. Tight end, Ed Newman. Right tackle, Brad Golson. Right guard, Tyler Howerton. Center, Nate Higgins. Left guard, Jarrett Moore. And left tackle, Andrew Grage.
And Trevor, that is a very high-powered offense that you speak of.
Yes, they like to throw the ball a lot.
And last year, Alec Cobb threw for 3,064 yards, 29 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. But we're going to have the alma mater singing and then the national anthem. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll bring you the starters for Averett University. And Trevor, as we were talking before the national anthem and the prayer and the singing of the alma mater by Joe Franks and Joshua Eubanks, well, here comes the Averett University Cougars taking the field for the first time today. Coach Cleve Adams in his usual, he's got the sweater, the undershirt, and the khakis. It's a game day almost ritual or tradition is the better word for Coach Cleve Adams. And the Averett University, I tell you what, this Averett University football team, they are hungry. They have been waiting for this for a while, for a full year. They've been telling me they've been waiting for this day to play Hampden-Sydney. They've been waiting for week 1, and here they come. And Trevor, I've got the starters. And when Averett has the ball, when we are on offense, starting us out at quarterback will be number 6, Jacob Wright. At running back, big time, Sean Bowman. At wide receiver, number 83, Jared Mosby. 84, Rayvon Johnson. Number 19 is Deontay Lambright. Number 46, the tight end, big Nautica McCollum. Right tackle, 61, Michael Head. At guard, seniors, Tyler Gray. At center, 75, also a senior, Spencer Dowdle. Left guard is 59, Cullen Moore. And at left tackle, he's staying 6'3", 290, AC Woolard. And when we're on defense, our DN for today, number 23, Tymondre Isaac. Number 97, Jay Williams. 94, Javon Lofton. Playing DN for us, number 26, Romello Herbin. Linebackers, 49, out of Clayton, North Carolina, senior Seth Brindle. Number 3 is linebacker, All-American, Dejon Brooks. Playing safety is 29, Hunter Henson. Number 7, Octavius Ross. And number 8, senior A.J. Cheeks. At corner for us, senior big-time Bradley Jefferson. And number 18, also a senior, Ethan Williams. And on special teams for us, kicking will be junior All-American Cole Westbury. Punting will be Cole Westbury as well. Returning will be Ethan Williams for us, both punts and kicks. Snapping will be Troy Goodrick, and holding will be Desmond Springs.
The players are getting the crowd
and
pumped
look
up.
at these players. It is a sea of gold. This is the Gold Rush game, and these players are excited. They are amped up, and they are ready to go. Everybody, even the fans, are on their feet. This is a very exciting setting. And Trevor, these guys were ready to play last night, but the lightning was the only thing that stopped them from taking this field. They wanted to play in the rain. They wouldn't mind the thunder.
They were ready to grind.
But it was everybody else, the officials, saying, whoa, we can't play in lightning, guys. Nope. So they stopped it, and these guys went to sleep and woke up just as hungry, even hungrier than they were yesterday. Sean Bowman is our big-time offensive weapon. He's only 457 yards away from the all-time career rushing record. Right now he stands at 2,589. But we will start on defense as the Cougars will kick first. Cole Westbury, the big-time All-American kicker. Cole Westbury played at Wake Forest High School alongside of Dexter Lawrence, who's a nose guard for Clemson, who's projected to go top 10 in his draft.
Wow.
And he also played in that same team with running back from Stanford, Bryce Love.
Wow.
Who runs a 4.3.
That's some interesting facts, Eddie.
Also projected to go in the first round of his draft as well. Bryce Love doing a great job taking over what Christian McCaffrey left for him.
Finally game time at Averett University.
And the ball is off and deep into the end zone. And it looks like Hampden-Sydney will stay in the end zone. And that is a good call because these Averett players are ready to go. And here comes this defense, the ball hawk defense, led by Dejon Brooks. The Tigers do lead the all-time series 5-1. However, the Cougars did win the last meeting here in Danville in 2016, 38-28. And so Hampden-Sydney will set up shop at the 25-yard line. Got a naked boot. And almost an interception, but they go out to their big receiver, number 3, Major Morgan. And Trevor.
That was a tight window he threw to.
Yeah, it was a risky throw because.
Very risky.
They had A.J. Cheeks lurking. Almost caught his first interception. Major Morgan stands 6'5", 205.
Going quickly now.
And that run Catches about 4 yards from Justin Pollard. Hampden-Sydney, high power. Like we said, they threw for 3,000 yards last year. So expect some shots downfield to right. And Morgan.
Caleb Smith in the backfield now instead of Pollard. He's in motion.
They go halfback swing. Can Henson find him? He doesn't.
And that's another first down.
And I believe that
Tigers.
was number 18, Ethan Williams, finally forcing him out of bounds.
Looks like they're throwing some short passes, get the quarterback confidence up.
And that's usually a good idea. If you're a high volume passing team, is that screenplay goes for about 5 yards. It's like you said, get the ball out quickly, safe, secure passes, and get your quarterback about
Got some
5.
John going on the sideline over there.
High energy, Trevor.
They are ready. They are hungry. This Averett defense is looking physical.
So no one in the backfield. Cobb back there by himself. Got 3 lined up to the right. Kelavokas motions back, and they throw it out to him in the flat.
They get 8 up.
And he's going to take a tattoo home from Ethan Williams.
And he is the most energetic player on the field right now, Ethan. He is making his presence known. Big first third down in the game here. See if we can get him, Eddie. The fans making a lot of noise.
And third down, as most teams say, is the defense is down. They have to win this down. You can't lose third downs. And so they pass the ball. MTSU there.
Yes.
And a big tackle from guess who? You got it, Dejon Brooks. Dejon Brooks making the move from defensive lineman to linebacker last year. A big, drastic difference. But Brooks, they put a not only become a good linebacker, but become an All-American linebacker. And so the offense, it looks like, will stay out.
Little shuttle screen. It was actually really, really hidden well. So they're going to go for it on 4th down, though.
Pass across the middle, complete, and they will pick up the first down. Pass completed to Dylan Costello.
See some fight from this Averett defense. Bend, don't break.
And those are downs you have to win. You have to win 4th and shorts.
They're 4 wide.
Jet across the middle, play action. Down the field they go. And complete to Morgan.
All the way down to the 11-yard line.
And Cobb is so poised, keeps his eyes down the field.
That was an accurate pass. He's fitting, I'm telling you, Ed, he's fitting some of these balls in tight windows. These are some dangerous, these are some risky passes, but he's showing why they had almost 300 average passing yards last season.
And they throw it to the motion and running back out to the flats. Can he find space? And he is finally brought down at about the 4-yard line. So that brings up
Eddie,
brings up 2nd and 2, but they need 4 yards to get into the end zone.
I don't think Cobb has thrown an incomplete pass yet.
And he has not.
They're being very efficient this drive, Hampden-Sydney.
They line up quick. Got a lot of men up front. They go run left. No signal yet.
No signal.
No touchdown. They mark Smith down at the 1-yard line, so that will bring up first down. They get 4 tries to get it into the end zone.
1st and goal.
And you hear the cheers from the fans trying to get behind their defense. Again, they rush to the line. Same play. And Smith looked like he might have been stuffed at first.
And they did stop him again on the half-yard line.
No touchdown. This Averett defense is locking in tight. Not giving up the touchdown here. So 2nd down at the 1-yard line. And again, Hampden-Sydney lined up fast. They got two receivers split out wide and one-on-one coverage. Let's see if they go play action, a pop fade. Timeout called.
For Averett. Want to discuss things.
And so we're going to take a timeout break here with them. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network. And just like that, we are back in. Hampden-Sydney showing a different look on offense here. Full house. And that will be a touchdown from Alec Cobb. And come out in full house formation, and Cobb keeps it right behind his big O-lineman.
Cobb deserved the touchdown. He went 8 for 8 on that drive, 67 yards. Longest pass was of 20 yards. It was a very efficient drive for them.
On for the extra point will be Rhett Anderson. Cobb will hold. Snap, hold is good, and so is the kick. So Hampden-Sydney able to get up on the board first, and they do lead 7-0. But you know what? Averett's offense has not seen the field yet. Hampden-Sydney took up 5 minutes of clock time. So let's see what Averett and Sean Bowman can do, led by new quarterback Jacob Wright.
Going back to school is not just for the kids. Averett University has degree programs for working adults who want to pursue their bachelor's or master's online or on campus. Visit gps.averett.edu for more information.
Rhett Anderson will kick off for Hampden-Sydney. Averett. Back to return will be Ethan Williams and Bradley Jefferson. Hampden-Sydney orchestrated a good drive. Alec Cobb did very well passing, as you mentioned, Trevor. He went 8 for 8, 67 yards on that drive.
And punched in from the inch line himself.
And it looks like Williams will have a chance to return this one. Let's see what he can do. He does find some daylight. Ethan Williams making it all the way out.
There is a flag down, though, at about the 26, 27-yard line. Might be a block in the back. That is the call. So that will come back.
And you called it.
Yeah, usually when that flag comes in behind, it's never good for the returning team.
No, it's not. So instead of starting out on the 34-yard line, we'll set up shop on the 17.
Here comes your Cougar offense.
Jacob Wright and Sean Bowman will line up in the backfield, and I have a slight feeling of what this first play is going to be. And they do it. They go to Bowman, and Bowman not able to get much on his first go. Gets about 1 yard. But I tell you what, Trevor, expect Sean Bowman to have over 100 rushing yards in this game.
I like that.
So here we go, Paul Wiles and Bowman in the backfield now. Back behind Wright.
3 receivers.
And they go to Bowman again. He goes behind Wiles. And again, he doesn't get much. He gets about another yard. That would bring up 3rd and 8.
That Hampden-Sydney D-line is getting a lot of penetration. Third down, you think it's got to be a pass play here. Try and get the first.
Yeah, they're going to have to go play action pass right here. Get a bootleg, get Wright out moving outside the pocket. Because Wright is athletic and he can make things happen. One safety for Sydney. Out in the flats to Bowman. Can Bowman make something happen? He shakes past the first defender. Trucks past the second.
Another. Oh, my.
And Sean Bowman, if you give him space, he will make something happen.
Tell you what, Eddie, I thought he was going to be stopped and we were going to be punting the ball, and he made it happen with his nasty juke and then truck.
Absolutely. He shook past Ryan Mallory and then absolutely ran through another defender. And so Wright and Bowman in the backfield again. Wright able to complete his first pass, and again, that's always a confidence booster when you can get the first one out the way. Here's Wright dropping back again over the middle. And on the release, that is 84, Rayvon Johnson. That is a senior. Stands 5'10", 180. And this Averett offense suddenly has some momentum. And Hampden-Sydney, the problem with Averett being able to pass the ball right now is we also have Sean Bowman, who's almost our career all-time leading rusher. So you can't back all the way off, as they have two safeties now where they only had one. And I believe this ball is going to Bowman right here. Johnson motions over. And it does. The pitch out to get Bowman in space. And Bowman picks up about 7.
I tell you, he is running inspired. He is running tough. He is not going to go down easy. You are going to have to manhandle him to the ground.
Sean Bowman, 6 foot, 210 out of Creedmoor, North Carolina. And this is his senior year, so expect him to, like you said, run inspired, run like every game is his last game. Wiles and Bowman in the backfield again. And they go to Wiles this time. Wiles also a senior. He finds space. Will he find the end zone? He's going on, and he's tackled all the way down at the 3-yard line. Paul Wiles.
Barely tripped up. Tell you what, Eddie, I thought he was gone. He had a big gap right there.
It looked like it. The Averett offense able to produce some good blocking, and Paul Wiles with the good eyes and good vision almost taking into the end zone, but we will set up shop on the 4-yard line officially. First down.
That run went for 29 yards.
Beefed up the O-line here. And they go to Bowman. And Bowman trying to fight to get in. Looks like he's only going to get down to about the 1 or 2 yard line. And he actually escaped through that pile. And he made it into the end zone. Sean Bowman. Looked like he was tackled at the 1 or 2 yard line, but Sean Bowman, the strength in his legs to desire to want to get to the end zone. Sean Bowman picks up 6 for the Cougars.
Tell you what, it just looked like a big rugby pile. We couldn't even see where he went, but he fell out into the end zone.
And so Cole Westbury will come on for the point after touchdown. There is a flag called.
False start.
False start, so they will back this ball up and make this kick just a little bit harder for Westbury, but I don't think he'll have any problems making it. And he'll kick from the 15 now. And it is indeed.
Oh.
And he does miss it.
He hooked it left.
And I thought he might have squeaked that ball in.
That false start actually hurt the Cougars right there.
And so we'll take a small break as both teams come on for the kickoff. 7-6, Hampden-Sydney up.
Going back to school is not just for the kids. Averett University has degree programs for working adults who want to pursue their bachelor's or master's online or on campus. Visit gps.averett.edu for more.
And we are back, and that Averett offense looked very balanced. Jacob Wright able to find a couple of passes, find some holes, and show that he can stand in the pocket. I thought he was going to be a mobile, run-first quarterback, but he stood in the pocket every time, didn't move at all, and delivered some strikes. And Sean Bowman and Paul Wiles showing that they are a two-headed beast, a force to be reckoned with. Paul Wiles with the 29-yard scamper, and then Bowman able to bang it in for 6 points.
Very balanced attack right there from Averett. Rushing for 41 and passing for 42 on that touchdown drive.
And Westbury puts this one in the end zone again, and Hampden-Sydney will let that one bounce off the back of the end zone. So here comes the Averett defense. Let's see if that offensive spur can get them excited and motivated. Alec Cobb had a great first drive. Like you said, he went 8 for 8, 67 yards.
Yes.
And there's a fumble. Ball is on the ground. A bad handoff between Smith and Cobb.
Smith jumped on the ball. Unfortunately, Cougars couldn't get it.
I think the referees will talk about something. I think Cobb was talking to the referee there.
They changed it to an incomplete pass.
And actually a good play design from Hampden-Sydney. That pass did come out of Cobb's hands forward into the hands of Smith. So they will call it an incomplete pass instead of a fumble. So here's that naked boot again. And so this time they'll find number 14, Nick Kalivakis. Or Kalivokis, excuse me.
Second time we've seen that play.
You got 3 receivers they'll motion over. They're lined up in a bunch set. And they're going to go pitch to Smith. Oh, and the ball is on the ground again. And the Cougars recover. And I tell you what, this Cougar defense always comes up with the ball, and that is Ethan Williams coming up with it at the bottom of that pile.
And he has been playing with massive energy, and that is a big play for Averett. Beautiful starting field position.
And so now this Cougar offense is back on the field on the 32-yard line. And let's see if the Cougars can capitalize off of the timely turnover.
4 receivers, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Another
flag out on the field.
I didn't catch what he said.
Delay of game there.
Delay of game. Demondre Isaac forced that fumble.
And he is a senior. And Wright going deep down the field into the end zone.
Oof.
And it looked like there might have been some.
There could have been some pass interference.
I thought there was some shirt tugging, no laundry on the field.
We'll bring up 2nd and 15. A Hampden-Sydney player is down. It's Mason Cooper.
We'll take a quick break as they come out to look at him. Score 7-6, Hampden-Sydney up. Cougars on the 33-yard line. So the player was able to get up and walk off the field under his own weight. Cougars were looking for Orrin Davis in that shot down the field. So here's Wright. Gives it to Bowman in space. And Bowman almost picking up the first down there.
They got a little action going on the end zone between Orrin Davis and who is?
That's just good football. It's week 1.
Brian
Players
Walton.
are antsy. It's the first time you get to play against players with the crowd out against different jersey colors. So players are going to jaw. They're going to talk. So 3rd and 4. Ball on the 22-yard line. Jacob Wright. Design quarterback run. He has space. Can he make something happen? And he will walk untouched into the end zone. Jacob Wright on the design quarterback draw.
Beautiful play.
And that is 6, going for 6. And as you mentioned, an absolute beautiful design play. As we mentioned earlier, Jacob Wright has been standing in the pocket all game. He's not moved away from the pocket once. And so here for him to show pass and then tuck it and go. There's no one in the middle of the field at all. It's an absolute great play call by the Averett Cougar coaching staff. So here's Cole Westbury. Let's see if he can put this one through. And that's going to be another false start.
So we'll back Westbury up again. He missed the first one after this.
And head coach Al Smith, or specialist coach Al Smith, excuse me, is going to be absolutely livid. It's the second straight false start call
attempts
on an extra point. And extra points don't seem that significant, but when you miss them, you start missing those singular points, and things get antsy. And that one came off the bar.
Post. So those false starts have proven hurtful. It's taken away 2 points from the Cougars.
And coach is going to have to sit down and talk to Cole Westbury and get his mind back in the right spot.
Westbury is not happy.
Well, you got to think, just coming off of an All-American year and he misses his first 2 extra points. It's got to be, rather upsetting. But Westbury has to have that quarterback short memory and get back out there and try and put some through the uprights. Cougars lead it 12-7 here with 4:20 left in the first quarter. Calavakis standing back at about the 1-yard line to return.
That was a 22-yard touchdown scamper by Wright.
Ball is up in the air, and Calavakis might return this one. And he will bring it out the end zone. And he gets tattooed.
Wow, he was lit
at
up
the 15-yard line
by a trio of Cougars.
Calavakis might think about returning the ball next time before he does.
I'll tell you, Eddie, he'll feel that one tomorrow.
And a pass from Wright, and Cheeks right there to wrap him up. That was Alec Cobb, excuse me. On across the middle to Costello. We move under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Cobb steps back, rolls left, throws deep, finds a man wide open, and that's right. And I thought he dropped the ball, but that was a helmet that came off. And actually, Ethan Williams came up with the ball.
Williams is pleading his case that he intercepted it. No official ruling. He is livid.
And Hampden-Sydney's trying to get a playoff before they could think about this.
And they're not going to give it to him.
And tackled hard.
Wow.
Is Pollard.
Ethan Williams is not happy. He came running towards the Averett sideline with the ball like he intercepted it.
The Tigers might have got away with that one.
Really odd events just happened right there. Nevertheless, Hampden-Sydney still with the ball. So these Averett fans are not happy with that. They wanted that interception.
Nevertheless, 2nd and 11 coming up. Cobb still with the ball. He goes deep and could not find Morgan.
Slightly overthrown. They're doing these hidden ball play actions. Second one we've seen.
Now we bring up 3rd down and 11. And it looks like the pass defense is coming onto the field. As 3rd and 11 is an obvious passing down, unless you have Sean Bowman. So Cougars playing with 3 safeties. Cheeks standing up in the slot. Cobb rolling, and ball sails high over Morgan.
Cobb felt that pressure. He was worried about getting hit. I think that caused him to overthrow it right there.
Brooks was coming after him, so that will bring up 4th down and 11.
First punt of the game coming up for Red Anderson. He's out there to punt it away. Back deep for the Cougars is Ethan Williams. Williams going. He'll take it in. Bad decision. See, we wrapped up and thrown down at the 11. So we'll get this Averett offense coming back on the field after they scored last drive on a 22-yard rush by Wright.
And so the Cougars will take over at the 11-yard line. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Three receivers right, 1 left. And I believe that is Wiles in the backfield.
And it is. Quick pass. And that pass goes out to number 84, Rivon Johnson.
That'll be a Cougar first down.
And this Averett Cougar offense moving the ball very effectively. Running and passing at its will.
We'd love to see him get some more points on the board after the defense held him. Another false start for the Cougars. It's the second one on the offensive line. It's 4 total. 2 on special teams and 2 on the offense.
And Coach Cleve Adams is not happy.
He is not. He's got the headset off. He's yelling at somebody.
I can only imagine that the next practice is going to consist of watch the ball.
They might be doing some running this weekend. This week.
So 12-7, the Cougars do lead. They are on the 20-yard line. McCollum motions over. They go to Wiles. Wiles finds some space, cuts back middle of the field, and Wiles picks up about 5 or 6. Second and 7. Wow, is having a pretty good game here. To start off, Bowman back in the backfield. You got three receivers split out to the right. Motion over. Right, steps back to pass. And he will scramble. He cuts back middle of the field. Right has space. Right.
He's still
on his feet.
To the 50.
Can he go? He's at the 40, and he steps out of bounds wisely.
Wow. He is making things happen with his feet. There's that mobile tendency you were talking about, Eddie.
And Jacob Wright, a junior transfer, staying 6 foot 200 pounds. And we got about 40 seconds on the clock, so let's see if the Cougars take a shot down the field here after the right scramble, or if they go to Bowman.
That was a 32-yard rush for Jacob.
And it looks like they're going to take a shot down the field.
Throws it
right,
away smartly.
Smart play, chucking it out of bounds as the pressure was heavy. And this Hampden-Sydney defense, I don't know if you can see it, but their hands are on their hips, heads hanging. They are tired of chasing Bowman, Wiles, and Wright. These guys are giving them all kinds of trouble. Clock stopped at 23.6 seconds.
Where you better hope you got your conditioning in the
and
preseason.
As a coach, you got to hope that your backups have been watching film, practicing hard, preparing for this game just as hard as the starters. They might have to get in. As this pass goes out, pickup of about 4 or 5. That's Johnson again.
And that'll bring into the first quarter.
So at the end of the first quarter, your Cougars lead it and are on fire on offense and defense, 12-7. We'll take a quick break, 3rd and 5 on the 35 to start the second quarter. And we are back live here at Frank R. Campbell Stadium. Your Averett University Cougars lead it at the start of the second quarter, 12-7. It is 3rd down and 5 yards to go on the 35-yard line for the Cougars. This offense is on fire behind Jacob Wright, Sean Bowman, and Paul Wiles. And they have been moving the ball very effectively, very efficiently, and 0 turnovers so far. Wright steps back, pressure coming. He is able to get it out, and hanging on to the ball is Johnson.
That was a very important catch as they get the first down. Averett keeps the drive alive. Bowman to Johnson. 4th time they've linked up today. Johnson now has 51 yards receiving.
And they go to Bowman here. Bowman up the middle. Able to pick up about 8 yards.
Down to the 21.
And you know what, that run, it's not all that exciting, but it's an 8-yard pickup. And usually if running backs, coaches usually tell them, just give me 3 or 4 yards a carry and I'm happy. Bowman's going to get you 5 to 8 yards every carry. And they're going to go back to him. Actually, Wright's going to keep it in. What a shake.
That was a nasty jab. Jab step.
A nasty shake on the outside linebacker there as he kept it on the read option play with Bowman. Wright showing his skills off.
Felt the whole field tilt on that one.
So Wright again in the backfield with Bowman. 3 receivers split out to the right.
Oh, my God.
And he's going to keep it again and cut back midfield. He's only going to pick up about 3, but Wright again showing off his juke moves.
Showing off that this quarterback's got some feet, too. He's got some running back skills.
Second down for the Cougars.
Fourth rush of the game for Wright.
Ball on the 12. It is 2nd and 7. Ball across the middle to Johnson. Johnson catches it at about the 6-yard line.
Wright's pass finds Reagan Johnson for completion. Rich Jordan had the Sydney and brings down Johnson. Third down and about a yard to go.
So 3rd and 1 on the 6-yard line. Of course, the Cougars they'll probably give it to Bowman here to pick up the first down and give him 4 tries for 5 yards.
Big
Offensive
play here.
line loaded. Timeout called by Wright. Didn't like what he saw. 12-7. Cougars lead it.
He didn't play my first.
Jacob Wright. Bowman trying to fight his way in.
And
I think he does cross the plane.
Well, Hampden-Sydney has come out with the ball. They're claiming they have it.
Hampden-Sydney's hands. Bowman saying he scored the touchdown and let go of the ball. Referees
don't look like they have a clue. They're just discussing between each other. This same situation happened when Averett had the ball, and Hampden-Sydney kept it, so Hampden-Sydney should not get the ball.
There's a lot of pressure on the referees right now. They have
They're
22 guys in uniforms surrounding them.
Each claiming that the ball is theirs.
And ball goes to Hampden-Sydney. They will say Sean Bowman.
I guess they're saying that he got the ball taken away as he was coming into the end zone.
So 1st and 10 for Hampden-Sydney. A
touchback.
little bit of bad luck for the Cougars.
Wow. That close to scoring. Unfortunate.
So here's the Tigers. As Alec Cobb looked like that was a designed throw to the flats out there to Pollard. But he didn't like what he saw with Abel lurking, so he throws it to Morgan instead. So here's Alec Cobb again. And here's that middle screen and wrapped up big time by number 52, Antoine Harper. And let's see if this Averett defense can get the ball back into the hands of the offense. And that run play sniffed out quickly by the defense.
Bring up a 2nd and 9. 11 minutes to go in the half.
So timeout call by Hampden-Sydney. 2nd and 9, ball on the 34. 10:50 left in the second quarter. Cougars lead it 12-7. And so we're back here. 12-7 is the score. Alec Cobb back to throw the ball. Rush coming after him. Flips it out to Smith. Smith trying to find some room to go. And it looks like he will not pick up the first down, just 1 yard short.
Bring up a big 3rd and 1 here. The Cougar defense can try and force a 4th down, get off the field.
Averett defense creeping in. It is a run play, and it looks like Hampden-Sydney will pick it up.
Smith ran it left side for about 3 or 4 in the first. Two receivers left, one right. Cobb is going to go under center with Smith in the backfield. It's a pitch to the left. Smith gets about 5 out to the 50.
And he is wrapped up quickly by Hunter Henson.
See what we talked about before the game. It's only eight total rushing yards for Hampden-Sydney to their 127 passing. Whereas Averett's had a much more balanced 136 rushing to 74 passing.
And Hampden-Sydney also, they haven't been on the field as much as Averett. And, great hands there by Bradley Jefferson.
He almost came up with that ball for a second. Definitely forced the incompletion. Forced the 3rd and 6.
And Bradley Jefferson, he stands at 5'7", 151, and he gets a great job of going up against Major Morgan, who stands 6'5", 205. But he does not care about the size difference, as we saw there. He's able to get his hands in and disrupt the pass. So 3rd down and 6. Cobb looking downfield. He's got a man wide open. He finds Smith.
And Smith is out around the 4 or 5. Must have been some busted coverage because there was not a man within 5 yards.
And so he's able to take that ball all the way down to the 5-yard line. And let's see if Hampden-Sydney can make something of it.
See if this Averett defense can hold strong. 1st and goal. Wouldn't it be great if they took the ball away just like they did, Eddie?
It would be fantastic if the Cougars come up with another turnover here. As Cobb goes fade deep to Major Morgan and nothing. Bradley Jefferson says nothing to you, sir.
Bradley Jefferson has about 4 inches less, and he got up there and batted that away. Big play.
Bradley Jefferson playing some good football today.
And that's a smart call by the Hampden-Sydney offensive coordinator, because that was a big height advantage. But Bradley Jefferson just made a great play.
And so here we go, 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. He's going to go to Morgan again, and he finds him this time.
Morgan beat Ethan.
So score, Hampden-Sydney 13, Averett 12 now after that touchdown. And Rhett Anderson on the kick. Sophomore out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. And that point after touchdown goes through. So Hampden-Sydney 14, Averett 12. Let's see if this high-powered offense can make something happen here after the kick return.
I've been here before it was even a stadium here.
And so here we go. Rhett Anderson will kick off after the Hampden-Sydney touchdown from Major Morgan. And it looks like Williams or Jefferson will catch the ball, actually. He will bring it out of the end zone. Can he find some space? He does. Jefferson still on his feet. He's still going. Oh! Bradley Jefferson will go. He's at the 30, the 20. Can he make it all the way? 10, 5, touchdown off the kickoff.
Cougars!
Bradley Jefferson goes 101 yards. Bradley Jefferson off the kick return.
How is that for an answer? That is a big play.
And Bradley Jefferson, like we said, is having the game of his life right now. He's got about 5 pass deflections. And to add on to it, a kick return
He is
touchdown.
coming off the field with some swagger, and they want him over there. They want to hype him up.
And so Cole Westbury on for the extra point. 18-14 is the score so far. And let's see if Cole Westbury can knock it through. No flag. And it's up and in.
Got one.
So 19-14 is the score. Cougars take the lead in big-time electrifying action. Bradley Jefferson off the kick return. And the big-time electrifying play from Bradley Jefferson takes it 101 yards for the touchdown.
End zone to end zone.
And it's officially marked 100 even yards for Bradley Jefferson, but he does pick up the 6. 19-14 is the score. Your Cougars in the Gold Rush game are leading with 8:27 left in the first half. It's a very exciting game. And Westbury boots this one down the field. And Hampden-Sydney will let it roll out of bounds again. No need to try anything crazy. They will set up shop on the 25-yard line. And so here comes Alec Cobb and his Hampden-Sydney offense. Let's see if the defense can stay energized.
Play action. Cobb is going to be sacked.
And officially, that is number 97, Jay Williams, Jr., 5'10", 321 out of Pittsboro, North Carolina.
Javon Lofton also helped clean that up. Big sack for the Cougars.
And the Cougars are playing all cylinders a go in all facets of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams all clicking. So let's see if they can keep it going. 2nd down and 16 on the 19-yard line for Hampden-Sydney. Pass out to the flats. And Hunter Henson laying the wood.
That'll bring up a 3rd and 11, another 3rd and long. The Cougars can get off the field here. You hear the crowd coming alive now.
And Cobb finds Morgan in 1st down territory. And he will pick it up, a gain of about 16.
Cobb is 18 for 23, the 199 passing yards.
And I expect him to end this game with about 50 pass attempts. And almost tackled in the backfield with Smith. That was number 94, Javon Lofton, getting back there, making a push.
Second and 10. They got Bradley back on Major.
And a handoff. It looked like the ball might have come out, but I don't think it did. This Averett defense is getting penetration to the backfield. And when you win the line of scrimmage, Trevor, you usually shut down the other team's run game completely.
That's what they are doing. They're forcing Hampden-Sydney to have to go through the air and beat them with the pass game.
And so just like that, it is 3rd down, 12 yards to go for Alec Cobb. The bench, the sideline, the crowd and the cheerleaders all getting into it right here on this 3rd down, asking their defense to stop. And here's Cobb, pump fake, and he's going to throw it to no one.
He took a shot.
And that was Tymondre Isaac delivering the wood there.
Now on to putt for the 2nd time today is Rhett Anderson, Hampden-Sydney. Ethan Williams deep to return.
Averett's return game already showing that they can put it in the end zone. So they are leading 19-14, 4th and 12 on this punt. That punt's high in the air. Bounces backwards. And I believe the flag got thrown out, and it did. Let's listen in and see what it was. That's going to be a holding on Desmond Springs. So Averett will still get the ball. They still will hold possession, but they will be on the 24-yard line.
5 minutes left to go in the half. See if Averett gets some more points on the board before we go in for the break.
And I have no doubts that this explosive offense will be able to get another 6 before halftime. And with the way the offense and defense is playing, they might be able to get 2 more touchdowns.
That would be great.
And so Jacob Wright in the backfield with Sean Bowman. 3 receivers split out left. They go to Bowman. Bowman finds space. Bowman shakes past the safety, and he's all the way down to the 49-yard line.
Another big play for the Cougars.
It's a 25-yard run
We are seeing
by
some
Bowman.
playmakers today, Eddie.
So Wright and Averett will snap fast to go back to Bowman. Bowman, like he would have been tackled in the backfield, able to pick up 1.
That was a 26-yard rush before that by Bowman. He's now got 62 yards on the ground with 8 attempts.
Second down, 9 yards to go for the Cougars.
Wiles is in the game now. Bowman gets a much-deserved breather.
Three receivers outright. Play action. And they go out to Johnson.
Screen.
Johnson. Able to find space. He breaks a tackle, and he's gone. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Averett University Cougars. That's another one. Jacob Wright showing he's got the arm talent. And this is a highly explosive offense.
Ron Johnson got it done with the burners on his feet. He flew down the sideline off a simple bubble screen. Tell you what, this Averett football team is looking very good, Eddie.
And Westbury puts it up and through. And so after 2 quarters of play, 4:05 left in the second quarter, your Cougars lead it 26-14. And so we're back, 26-14. Cougars only need 1 minute to score.
That was a 49-yard bubble screen touchdown. Right to Johnson on the hookup. They've hooked up 6 times today. And Johnson's now at 107 reception yards.
And Coach Shannon Johnson has to be loving what's going on. He is the offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. So everything him and Wright have been practicing and watching in film is coming together beautifully.
Averett defense comes back on the field, and they've been doing a great job today. Haven't forced 3 and out the last 2 times.
So here's Cobb.
Oh.
And a big-time hit from Springs.
Springs, a senior, 6'1", from Woodbridge, Virginia.
And so here's Cobb again, trying to throw a little 5-yard comeback to Major Morgan.
He slipped.
So Alec Cobb, 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. They trail 26-14. He's going to come on a bootleg. He has a receiver wide open here, but instead he goes deep.
Double coverage. And the
The Springs get down. He's out of bounds. No interception.
Oh, roughing the passer. Cobb got up slowly after that. Tell you what, that was a dangerous throw, Eddie. He threw that into nearly triple coverage, definitely double coverage. The ball was picked, but out of bounds.
And that was freshman Joseph Ledbetter laying that hit. Freshman, 5'11", 240 out of Sanford, North Carolina. Cobb will hand it off to Smith. Bottled up for almost nothing. Bradley Jefferson playing corner here at the bottom of your screen. Cobb will roll out left. And trying to find Kelavokis. Not able to get his hands on it, though. So 3rd down, 9 yards to go, 2:49 up on the clock. Can the Cougars get a stop? Cobb in the shotgun. He drops back. And he will be sacked.
Guess who?
Dejon Brooks.
The Averett defense has been great the last 3 drives, forcing punts.
So Hampden-Sydney will call a timeout. 4th down, 13 yards to go. 26-14. Your Cougars lead it here at Frank R. Campbell Stadium. So here we go, 4th and 13 from the 33-yard line, 2:01 left on the clock. That punt is high. Looks like Williams will try and return. And he has space. Williams trying to make something happen. There's a flag on the field. He gets out to about the 43-yard line. So Bradley Jefferson gets called for the block in the back. And so let's see what this offense can make happen. 1st and 10, they will be spotted on the 17-yard line. They've got 147. So let's see if Averett tries to take a shot down the field and punch it in for 6 more, if they play conservative headed to the half.
3 receivers right, 1 left.
Right, with the pitch out to Bowman.
Bobbled it, but still going.
Bowman's still on his feet.
Made some
Able to
people
pick up
miss.
about 3 or 4 yards.
Bowman in the backfield again. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Going to throw this time to Bowman. Catches it and is out of bounds at about the 33.
And there is a Hampden-Sydney player down. I believe that's Jack Barefoot. We'll take a break as he is tended to on the field. We'll be right back here at the Averett Sports Network.
Going back to school is not just for the kids. Averett University has degree programs for working adults who want to pursue their bachelor's or master's online or on campus. Visit gps.averett.edu for more information.
A great scene as he is able to walk off the field under his own power. Again, we hate to see players get hurt, but at least he is able to get up and walk off. Getting up and walking off is a good sign of better things to come. So 1:08 on the clock. Your Cougars lead at 26-14. Right in the backfield with Bowman. Johnson motions across to the left of the field. Wright will drop back to pass. Didn't like the rush he saw coming. Cuts back middle of the field. Cuts back again. He makes it all the way out to the 44-yard line.
And that's another Cougar first down. About clock running at 55 seconds now to go.
And they will spike the ball. So they spike it, 54.6 to go. And them spiking it lets me know they're trying to put it in the end zone one more time.
They want some more points, Eddie. They're not satisfied with this 12-point lead.
So here's Wright. He'll drop back again. He's going over the top. Oh! And he was looking for Oren Davis. Hit Davis in the hands. Davis was wide open there along the sideline. So this will be 3rd down and 10. And you've got to think this will probably be one more shot down the field.
Davis almost had that ball.
Yeah, I believe this is going to be another shot down the field. And if they don't get it, they'll punt the ball and try and run the clock out.
You're exactly right. Moment in trouble.
And this is going to be a holding call, so Avery might be able to get another shot at this, just more yards back. So 4th down for the Cougars. I believe the referees are going to talk about the spot of the ball.
Yes. There are a lot of fans yelling.
So the ball will be replaced on the 48-yard line, excuse me. So that makes the punt a little bit easier for Westbury. Maybe you could try and pin Hampden-Sydney deep. This will be number 22, Dylan Costello, on the return. And this punt is deep. I believe it's going to make its way into the end zone. And it does. Hit it about the 2-yard line, but bounced into the end zone.
So Hampden-Sydney will have about 34 seconds to do something if they would like to score. If not, take it to the half.
And I think Hampden-Sydney is going to come out and run the ball. Play conservative. No need to try anything fancy here.
They need to give Averett any more points, that's for sure.
Correct. Let's just take it to the halftime and think about our game plan. But they do come out in the pistol. 2 receivers lined up to either side of Cobb. And they do run the ball. And Pollard with nowhere to go. And in situations like this, Trevor, you have to, and as a defense, as a safeties and secondary, you have to be wary of play action, quick pop plays down the field.
Yes, because they have been running some of these hidden ball play actions too, and then throwing it down the field. But that'll take us. And
they will take it to half. So at halftime, this high-powered Averett offense and defense score sits at 26-14. Your Cougars are in the lead. We'll be back with the halftime show in about 10 minutes here at the Averett Sports Network. Welcome back to Frank R. Campbell Stadium, where your Averett University Cougars are leading it 26-14 behind a high-powered offense and a lockdown defense against a normally air raid offense of Hampden-Sydney. The defense is tired. They ended the half with their hands on their knees, heads hanging low. The Hampden-Sydney offense can't get anything going really. Major Morgan has been held to a minimum, just 87 yards off of 6 receptions, and for 6 receptions, and most of those came off a 24-yard catch across the middle. So this Cougar defense, and they've come up with 1 turnover so far, so this Cougar defense is really on top of things, and this high-powered offense led by Jacob Wright and Sean Bowman, and even Paul Wiles getting into it, is just unstoppable right now. They haven't had any turnovers, and the only thing they've done, they've only punted the ball once.
Cougars have been doing work.
Averett offense is in control. And so here's Ethan Williams. This Cougars special teams has already taken one back. Ethan Williams still on his feet after getting hit hard.
And the Averett offense has been very balanced. They have 134 passing yards to 183 rushing yards. So they've been having a very balanced attack. And that's why they were successful in the first half.
And we saw earlier that Bradley Jefferson was able to take a return 100 yards to the house from coast to coast on a kick return.
That was an electrifying play, I'll tell you.
It absolutely was. And so here's Jacob Wright and Sean Bowman in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left. And they go to Bowman. Bowman able to find some space. He cuts up. Headed outside. He's down the sideline. Sean Bowman is off and running.
Look at this.
There's a flag on the play. Sean Bowman's going to make it into the end zone. Depending on what the flag is, will it be 6?
Oh, please. I think this one's going to come back, Eddie. Probably be a hold'em. Oh, that's unfortunate. If that's the case. Hear the call.
And that's a holding call, an untimely penalty on Deontay Lambright, the sophomore.
Still a good play. Bowman will need to come and get a little breather now.
For sure, after going for about 80 yards on that carry.
That's the only bad thing I think Everett's done today. They've just had some untimely penalties.
And they have definitely slowed themselves down with penalties. This Hampden-Sydney defense is still tired coming out of the gate, chasing Bowman. So 14:40 on the clock, 26-14. Cougars lead it. Johnson motions over, stays on the left side. And they go to Wiles, the same play they just ran.
Here, even though Everett's winning, here's a eye poker in the statistics. Averett has 8 penalties for 232 yards at the half.
And that is a big statistic. And so here's Wright. Pressure coming up the middle. He'll escape out to the right. And he'll scamper for about 6. Flag on the play. So that holding called on Michael Head. And so here we go. 2nd down and 9. Second down and about 15, 16. Let's see if the Cougars can get some offense going without a penalty. And so they go up the middle, does the Cougars, and they're not able to find much, only find about 3 or 4 yards. So 3rd and 15 for the Cougars. Jacob Wright in the backfield. He will drop back. He's got a little bit of time. Pressure coming. He escapes the sack. And that was a catch.
Beautiful catch.
Made by Kobe Campbell. Campbell is senior out of Harmony, North Carolina. So punt team, Westbury and the punt team on. Trying to pin this Hampden-Sydney team deep.
Costello is going to return this punt.
Good bounce for the Cougars. And so here comes this Cougar defense who has been pretty much shut down, locked down defense.
We've already forced a fumble and recovered it today.
And Desmond Springs almost came up with an interception. A pitch left to Smith. Almost tackled in the backfield, but would be pushed out. And I don't think he's going to gain anything.
He was trying to get that corner, but Averett sealed it off. Another good play by the Averett defense.
And so here's Alec Cobb. They motion into the pistol. And so finally a penalty called on Hampden-Sydney. And that's got the Averett fans cheering.
The first penalty called on them. So Eddie and I checked with the sports director, Drew, and he said that penalty stat is likely incorrect.
And so that catch was made by number 14, Nick Kalavokis, but it looks like he's down. It looks like it's just a cramp, though, so we're going to take a break and hope that everything's good with him. A great catch by him, the referee. If the referee says it stands, it was a great catch by him, but we're going to take a break as the training staff comes to look at him. And so here we go, 26-14, Cougars still in front. 3rd down and 2 for Hampden-Sydney. Motion across for Smith, they give it to him. He's hit, but he's able to break the tackle and scamper for about 4 or 5 more to get the first down.
Play action.
And Cobb able to escape from that sack.
Wow. Host of Averett defenders collapses. On Justin Pollard. That'll bring up another 3rd down for Hampden-Sydney. So they have some personnel switch going on.
3rd and 7. And this Cougar defense needs a stop.
Pollard behind Cobb in the backfield. Cobb takes the snap, throwing for right on the slant. He's going to make the completion.
And that's actually Morgan who's catching that ball.
Yes, it was. I was wrong.
And that will move the sticks. Another completion there by Hampden-Sydney. This Hampden-Sydney offense is on the move. 2nd and 6. Alec Cobb in the backfield. Pistol set. And that's going to be a false start on everybody on the offense.
The entire offensive line.
So that makes that 2nd and 6, 2nd and 11. Play action pass going across the middle. And that pass is broken up by Ethan Williams.
Another great play today by Ethan Williams. I tell you, if I could pick two players on defense, it would be Ethan Williams, and it'd have to be another hard decision between Bradley Jefferson and Dijon, because all 3 of those guys have really been playing great on defense.
Nah, you couldn't force me to pick a 2. They've all been playing phenomenal. So here's Alec Cobb, 3rd and 11. 2 receivers split out to the right. He's going to drop back. He's looking deep. He's going to go.
Oh,
and
wow.
a leaping catch.
That was a good catch.
And that was made by Caleb Smith. And Caleb Smith has been having a very good game, but he is just a freshman.
Wow.
This is his first collegiate game, and he has been having a great game. And here he is again on the handoff. Not backing down from the contact out of Rocky Mount, Virginia.
And he went up and got that ball because it was a little overthrown.
And it's impressive that it makes it more impressive this being his first collegiate game because a lot of guys need that buffer window to kind of move from high school, adjust from high school to college. And Caleb Smith having a great game here. And go right up the middle to Pollard.
Caleb Smith has 6 receptions for 88 yards and 10 runs for 21 on the day.
And there's nothing really going in a rushing game for Hampden-Sydney.
They only have 5 total yards rushing.
But you can't give up at all.
Cannot count the Tigers out because they do have 240 passing yards. They like to get it done through the air.
You can't give up on the run game even though you only have 5 yards. A double triple pass going deep down the field. Bradley Jefferson in coverage. And it was caught by Major Morgan, but he lands out of bounds. Great defense by Bradley Jefferson. And way to stay disciplined by the Averett defense. It was a jet sweep, reverse, double pitch back, scammeroonie.
Hey, all types of stuff going on in that play.
The offense will stay on the field with 4th and 6. Play action. Out of bounds, the pass goes, so the Cougar offense will come onto the field. Alec Cobb, good poise to stay in there and stand in the pocket with all that traffic coming his way. Nevertheless, the Cougar defense stands strong after a great drive by Hampden-Sydney. And here comes the Cougar offense. Let's see if they can put 6 on the board after being forced to go 3 and out on their first drive. First drive plagued with penalties. So let's see if
Hampden-Sydney had 2 penalties on that drive for 10 yards.
Johnson motions over, 3 receivers to the left. Run to Bowman. Bowman's still on his feet, and he's finally taken down. I believe it's going to be about a 2-yard loss.
Tell you what, Eddie, it's taken more than one person to get down Bowman today.
You're not usually going to bring down Bowman with just one person. Second down and 10 on the 32-yard line. Hard count, trying to get Hampden-Sydney to jump off sides. They will change the play at the line of scrimmage. And they go to Bowman. It's always not a bad idea. Bowman almost able to stay on his feet there.
He almost slipped out about 2 or 3 tackles there and was going to have a lot of running room.
So that will bring up about 3rd and 8.
Bowman's going to get a breather as he comes out here. Some well-deserved water. Averett is 50% today on 3rd downs, 3 for 6. See if they can get another one right here.
And so here's Wright. Johnson motioned over. Wright drops back. He's got time. He dumps it off. And it's not going to be enough for the first down.
Johnson broke a tackle, but the Hampden-Sydney Tigers swarmed to him and got him down.
And so Westbury will come on. Second straight drive for a punt. Hampden-Sydney defense stepping it up here in this second half.
This will be Westbury's 3rd punt of the day. It is a beautiful high punt. Be fair caught at about the 22-yard line.
And so Alec Cobb back out with his guys. He's going to roll left, penalty marker out. He does complete his pass for about 5 yards.
I think this one will be coming back, Eddie. I think it's going to be a holding. And it is a holding. So finally, Hampden-Sydney getting called for some penalties after they were not penalized the whole entire first half. So it'll back the Tigers up to their own 12-yard line. It'll be 1st and 20.
So 1st and 20 for this Tiger offense. Woo! Great defense there by Ethan Williams. Crashing down. And that's almost perfect cornerback coaching right there. He's played the ball or played the receiver first, and then the ball played right through the hands of the receiver. Able to knock that pass away. 2nd and 20. And what this does is it forces Hampden-Sydney to take a couple shots. Major Morgan split out to the right. His kryptonite Jefferson right there with him. Cobb will roll left, throw left, and they don't pick up much. A gain of about 4.
So bring up a lengthy 3rd down for the Tigers.
3rd and 15 to be exact.
Hampden-Sydney 6 for 11 on 3rd downs today.
And as they do in most cases, I expect him to go to Major Morgan right here as he split out way to the right by himself against Jefferson.
Morgan has
Trying to get the Cougars to jump off sides. They don't jump.
95 yards receiving today.
And they do go to Morgan. And Jefferson, great defense.
The Averett players on the sideline were appealing for an offensive PI, and I thought they could have had it. He did push off.
Bradley Jefferson is giving up about a foot worth of height.
Bradley Jefferson is limping a little bit, too, after that one. But he's trying to jog it off.
So the punt team for Hampden-Sydney will come on. Ball is spotted on in 17, so let's see if Averett tries to bring some pressure.
Williams back again to receive the punt.
Short punt. Williams returns it. Ball on the ground. Recovered by Hampden-Sydney. And that is number 30 on the return, or the recovery, Steve Whitmer, Jr. out of Atlanta, Georgia.
And so the Averett defense comes back onto the field. The special teams miscue. Well, it's one of the first real miscues of the day for Ethan Williams. It's unfortunate, really.
You got to tuck that ball away high and tight. Cobb able to handle the bad snap. And he's got Major Morgan still on his feet across the middle.
He was tattooed by 3 defenders.
And so 1st down for Hampden-Sydney.
Morgan now has over 100 receiving yards on the day.
And I believe they're going to say that. I believe the referee's going to say that pass went forward.
That was very close, though, Eddie.
That was very close. I thought that pass might have went backwards, but I am a student of Averett University, so I am a little biased. Referees see it differently, so it's an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10.
You would have needed a review for that one. It was very close. Unfortunately, we're not offered that in Division III. Maybe one day we will.
Cobb looking for the quick pass. They go back to that middle tailback screen again. Got an Averett player slow to get up. And that's Jay Williams limping off the field.
Morgan's coming back on now.
Just over 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Neither team has reached the end zone.
Kasim Black is on Morgan. First time we've seen this matchup today.
Black, a junior. They go run to Pollard. And he is stood up.
Wow! He is pushed back.
And that is number 37, Nicholas Mintz. And I tell you what, Nicholas Mintz, I've spent a lot of time talking to Nicholas Mintz, and this is a big guy. He's a sophomore. He's 5'11", 210, but it's pretty much all muscle. Nicholas Mintz lays what he calls the boomstick there on Pollard. Him and Dejon Brooks is a nasty matchup in the middle. Major Morgan able to catch the ball across the middle.
Quick slant to him. He's slow to get up. I'm telling you, those hits on him are Our crew, and he's feeling them.
And they do add up over time, especially a lot of those hits, he's not catching the ball. He's just getting hit. And that doesn't do anything good. So just over a minute to go, they still trail 26-14. Pollard motions out to the left. They pump fake to him. They go deep. They do have.
There's a
And
flag
they had
on
Costello
that play, too.
open. But a flag on the play, it looks like there's going to be a pass interference. I don't know if it's on the offense or defense.
Maybe a hold, 2 defensive holding. We'll see what the call is.
And like you said, Jefferson gets called on the defense, on the defensive holding.
First couple hiccups we've seen in the defense today for the Averett defense.
So Averett calls a timeout. They lead 26-14, 1:01 to go in the third quarter. We'll be right back here at Frank R. Campbell Stadium. So Hampden-Sydney back out on the field. 1:01 left in the third quarter. They trail 26-14. It is 1st and 10. Ball on the 18-yard line. Caleb Smith gets the pitch out to the left. Ball on the ground, and Averett recovers.
Cougars. I believe Octavius Ross came up with it. He tossed the ball away in excitement.
And so that brings on this Cougar offense.
That is the second forced fumble and recovered by Averett today.
Hampden-Sydney offense just can't get much going. They show spurts and flashes, but they can't
finish the job today. Yeah, we're in the red zone.
They can't get anything consistent on the roll. And here's Jacob Wright. He does have space. And he smartly goes down after getting the first down. Right. Out to Bowman. Bowman able to pick up about 3 or 4.
Down to the Cougar 31.
And I think the Cougars are going to let this clock run out and take it to the fourth quarter. Although they could run back to the line of scrimmage real quick. Could have ran a little fake play there, but play it smart. And they take the lead into the fourth quarter, 26-14. Averett's red hot and on fire here at the Averett Sports Network. And so here's Jacob Wright. McCollum will motion over to the left. Wright holds it to the last second, then gives it to Bowman. Bowman takes the hit and stays on his feet.
Oh,
Ball on the ground,
though.
and that was not Bowman, actually.
But Averett did recover it first.
And that was Joshua Tapscott, I believe, on the run.
It was recovered by Isaiah Grice for Averett.
So 5 seconds on the clock. The Cougars might not.
Yeah,
And they're forced to call a timeout.
Yep. Play clock was running down. A little confusion after the fumble.
So we'll take a break here and be back in about 1 minute's time. The Averett Sports Network.
Going back to school is not just for the kids. Averett University has degree programs for working adults who want to pursue their bachelor's or master's online or on campus. Visit gps.averett.edu for more information.
And so here we go, 3rd and 1. Right in the backfield with Bowman. And Bowman, I think he did pick it up. And he did not pick up the first down. So it will remain 4th down and 1. Cougars stay conservative and will bring on the punt team. Dylan Costello back to try and make something happen. And look at all these Hampden-Sydney players with hands on hips.
They're being conservative, watching for Averett if they try some fake punt, which I don't think they would. That would be kind of silly.
Almost blocked there,
Yeah,
but a
very
great
close.
punt
Beautiful punt.
by Westbury. Can someone get to it before he rolls in the end zone? So 1st down from the 25 for Hampden-Sydney. Neither team able to reach pay dirt so far in the second half. Alec Cobb. Play action. He's got pressure, and he's able to find a receiver streaking across the middle. That is Ed Newman, sophomore out of Farmville, Virginia. 6'3", 215. So here's Cobb again.
On the coverage.
A run to Pollard. And that Cougar defense coming up with the ball. I don't know if anything's going to come of it.
The ref said he was down first. Tell you, they've had a couple times like that where either team, the opposite team, has come up with the ball.
Cobb motions the receiver across.
Oh, interception!
And an interception caught. That's Bradley Jefferson. Flags are down. Jefferson's going to go to the end zone. He's looking to get 6 more and does.
This is going to come back, though,
And
pass interference.
let's see what the flags are for.
Morgan and one other Averett defensive back made contact and both fell. I mean, My opinion, Eddie, if that happens, it should be no call.
Well,
They both fell.
I believe the flags were a little late.
We do have some bias, but
the pass interference was called on the man that caught the interception. It's hard to do that, but I think the flags came out a little late, well after Jefferson had caught the interception that had been running, and the fans are showing their great appreciation for that call.
Cleve Adams is a little hot, too.
Understandably so. Like I said, the first flag didn't come out until after Jefferson had started running with the ball.
I mean,
nevertheless, it is going to be...
Morgan was on the ground with another Averett defender also.
Nevertheless, it's going to be first down, Hampden-Sydney. And if you're a Hampden-Sydney fan, that's the call you were looking for. And Alec Cobb able to shake out of a big time. It looked like it was going to be a big time Madden hit stick type moment from Isaac.
Averett finally almost had a big hit on those fake ball play action.
And that's one of those moments, if you're Isaac, you've come around the end, and it's nothing but red jersey and Cobb just sitting there like a duck on the water. And he came through almost too good to be true. And it's going to be another interception. Bradley Jefferson says, I'll take this one. And will he go to the house with this one? Jefferson looking for 6. Jefferson brings it all the way down to the opposite 49. Bradley Jefferson with another interception, and there are flags everywhere. And you know what this is going to be? This is going to be on the sideline of Averett, coming out onto the field. A little too early on the celebration.
Another big play by Bradley Jefferson. He has been all over the field today. He said, you know what, you want to... Unsportsmanlike conduct called on the Cougars.
And the Cougars just cannot catch a break. They do keep possession of the ball. Bradley Jefferson does finally get his interception that he's been longing for all game. He's got a kick 6, and now he's got an interception. So Bradley Jefferson having a game, making his case for USAC first team.
They took his pick 6 away, but he said, I'll get that pick back.
So here is Jacob Wright in the Averett offense. Starting out fast. Johnson with the ball. Spins off a tackle. Johnson down the sideline. Johnson still on his feet. Johnson down to the 30, 15, 20.
Blocker in front of him.
And he is in the end zone. This Averett offense is absolutely hot, but I hate to tell you, there is laundry on the field. There is a penalty on the field.
Looks like it's going to come back. It was a
and there's another flag
on
thrown.
The coaching staff now. Things are getting a little chippy here, and the fans are not happy. There is a lot of booing. I think there's going to be a holding on that wide receiver screen and unsportsmanlike conduct on one of the coaches or someone on the Averett sideline. There probably could have been a flag in the end zone because an Averett player and a Hampden-Sydney player were having a shove-off. Averett fans are getting a little restless. They don't like this.
All of Averett's, the football team is gathering around.
Let me sort this out for y'all. Here comes the call.
So we got holding on the offense and unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense. So not only does Johnson not get his touchdown, but the Cougars are going to be facing first down and a country mile.
It's the second touchdown taken off the board for the Cougars in the past 5 minutes.
And I believe it's going to be the third touchdown taken away all game.
Tell you what, these Averett fans are getting rowdy. There's one way to charge up your fan base. It's things like that.
And so 1st and 30 for the Cougars. Jacob Wright goes to Bowman. Bowman right up the middle. He cuts outside. Bowman back inside. He's able to pick up about 10. So 2nd and 21.
11 minutes to go in this game. Another score would put Averett in great position.
And they go back to Bowman. Bowman up the middle, still on his feet. Makes it all the way out to about the 30.
Bowman is now over 100 rushing yards on the day.
And Spencer Dowdle.
And his friend in the backfield, Wright, is at 91. And Averett O-lineman is down.
Asking for a substitute. He gets one in the form of Trajan Mills. He is able to walk off the field. He had to get the attention of the coaching staff.
That is Spencer Dowdley. Good to see him coming off under his own power, though. It's hot out there. He might just need a little breather. Third and 15. Cougars managed to get 15 to the 30 back. Make it a little more manageable.
Well, it is still 3rd and long, like you said.
3 for 8 today on 3rd downs, the Cougars.
So play action. They're going to go deep to Johnson. He's got him beat.
He held on to the ball, but he was out of bounds, unfortunately.
And that's Raheem Mateen going down the sideline.
Brian Gwaltney on the coverage. So Westbury will come on to punt to the 5th time today. Dylan back deep.
And Hampden-Sydney brought the
They
rush.
were coming after that punt. Westbury certainly felt that
That
pressure.
ball will be spotted at about the 33-yard line. It's a generous spot.
The Averett defense comes back out on the field. Been playing very good today.
And so here's Alec Cobb.
And it's
Interception!
intercepted! Connor Showalter.
And Showalter's looking to find the end zone, and he might just do that.
there's
Showalter
the
finds the end zone. Pick 6 for Connor Showalter.
And the Averett sideline is going mad. And the
And that makes the
Hampden-Sydney
score
fans are disbelieved.
32-14.
Wow, you cannot stop this defense. They've taken scores away from them, but they said, we want this pick 6, and they got it.
Absolutely, and let's see. Let's see if Cole Westbury can finish it off. And 33-14 is the score. This Cougar defense is flying around, taking the ball, stopping the run, stopping the pass. They do what they want, and this offense is explosive as ever. This Averett team is looking hot for this season. 9:46 left in this game.
Third takeaway for the Averett defense today. That's big. That is the 4th turnover today for Hampden-Sydney.
And so here we go, 33-14. Cougars lead it. Cougars have been all over the place. And that kick goes deep. Forcing Kelevikas to take a knee. And so here comes Showalter, Jefferson, Brooks Williams in this ball hawking defense. And Cobb finally getting a completion. His last 2 passes were interceptions.
That is his 30th completion on the day.
And so that's number 14, Kelevikas. Staying down, I believe that's another cramp.
Yep, it is hot out there, Eddie. That turf doesn't help at all.
And it doesn't help anything. It's about 87 degrees outside. And it feels more like 96. And I can only imagine on the turf it feels more like 106. It's in at about 68% humidity as well. So it's very important that these players do stay hydrated. Cramps will become an issue. I believe that's the second time Kelevikas went down. Has gone down with a cramp. But let's see, what this Averett defense can do. Luckily, injuries have stayed to a minimum in this game on both teams, and that's the best thing that you could hope for. We will take a break as he is looked at, and we'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network. So dropping back is Cobb. He finds Major Morgan over the middle. Morgan cutting outside. Morgan finding some space. And Major Morgan.
Big play there for Hampden-Sydney.
Running into Octavius Ross with some power. And now he will come off the field, does Morgan.
34-yard completion. Morgan's now at 153 yards on the day. Another screen, and it's eaten up by the Averett defense.
Smoke screen, absolutely torn to pieces.
Mello Herbin sniffed that one out. He's going to come off.
Devin Merritt will come in and replace him. And the snap did hit the ground, but there was a penalty.
All start on Hampden-Sydney.
So here's Alec Cobb, 2nd and 18 after the penalty. And that pass will hit the ankle of Major Morgan, but there is a flag on the field.
I think that'll be pass interference on Desmond.
Coach Cleve Adams giving the referee an earful. And poor referee, he's not even the one to throw the flag, but he's got the stripes on, and he's the closest person in eyesight, so he's going to catch all of it. But this Averett team has been plagued with penalties.
They had 15 penalties for 146 yards on the day. That shuttle screen again. And the fans are letting the referees hear it, and they've been doing that for almost the whole game.
And that pass just outside the stretched hands of Caleb Smith.
.7:14 remaining in the game. Averett still up 33-14.
Timeout called. We'll take one here with them. 33-14 is the score. Your Cougars lead it here at Frank R. Campbell Stadium. And as we come back, this Averett stands is going to get 8U chant going back and forth. Cobb on a rollout looking for something, anybody. And he will chunk it way out of bounds. So 4th and 7. Ball on the 30-yard line. So Cobb with 3 receivers to the right. He steps back. He unleashes a long one to Major Morgan. hits his hands and nothing. So this will be time for the Cougar offense to come onto the field. And you'll probably start to see a lot more of a run-heavy game. Here's we have just 7 minutes remaining in the game. The Cougars do lead by almost 3 touchdowns. Screen pass thrown out.
Ooh.
Johnson almost able to stay on his feet.
And he would have had a lot of green in front of him.
But nevertheless, that moves the sticks. So we creep our way under 7 minutes. First down for the Cougars. That's another screen thrown, but too high, too far away. So here we go. Bowman in the backfield with Wright. 3 receivers to the left. And they give it to Bowman. Bowman does have space. And so that moves the sticks one more time for the Cougars.
Six minutes left in the game. Another score would definitely put this out of reach for Hampden-Sydney.
Bowman up the middle again. He gets past the safety. Can he
move.
turn on the Jets?
And there's a flag on the play. 2. Unsportsmanlike conduct, likely. It's going to probably be on Riggs Jordan. He and Bowman were having a little shoving way out of bounds.
This might go against Bowman.
Thankfully it didn't. They called it on Riggs. Things are getting a little chippy today, Eddie.
Wright keeps it up the middle. Gain of about 4. Second and 8, ball on the 9-yard line, Wright.
For the bubble screen. Threw it a little low.
So 3rd down and 8 for the Cougars. Let's see what they can come up with to try and get 6 more. 5 minutes to go. Right, like he might have been trying to find Bowman. But he did have a lot of pressure coming in his face.
It's 4th down. Westbury will get his first field goal attempt of the season here.
So Westbury will come on to try for 3. Let's see if he can put it through the uprights. It's up and no good.
Westbury's had a tough day today.
So a timeout called. 33-14 is the score. 4:56 remaining in the game. We'll be right back here at Frank R. Campbell Stadium. So ball goes to Caleb Smith. Caleb Smith trying to make something happen for his team. He does move the sticks. Change at the quarterback position. 18, Clay Vick will step in. 6'4", 210. Stands the junior. Vick drops back to throw the ball. Gives it off to Smith again.
Guessing they're trying to save Cobb. No need to get him hurt. And ensure Averett win.
Well, it's more of a good chance to get Vick some playing time, some good experience here
too.
Against a solid defense, a very, very talented defense. Should he need to come in at any point this time this season. And here's Smith trying to bounce it way outside and does. Smith has some room and will step out of bounds.
Williams sealed the end. Cobb will finish the day 33 for 53, 330 yards, 2 picks, and a touchdown. He was sacked twice. Longest completion of 45 yards.
So we move under 4 minutes to go. Hampden-Sydney's offense starting to pick up some momentum now. Looks like Tamandre Isaac might be down. Or that looks like it's Romello Herbin. We'll take a quick break as he gets attended to. Looks like he's actually able to walk off the field under his own power. So Vic stays in the game. Under 3:40 to go. Vic checks down to the tight end. And this Hampden-Sydney offense, again, is moving now. And Vic already on the line. Got 3 receivers out to the left. Steps up in the pocket. Moving away from pressure, and he will be taken down. That is a sack by number 40, Joseph Ledbetter.
Down and 13 for Hampden-Sydney.
Vic looking to go deep.
And that
And broke. Intercepted by Desmond Springs.
interception. He tipped it with one hand and then brought it in with 2. The senior from Woodbridge.
Desmond Springs. That is that's an ESPN top 10 caliber
For sure.
interception right there. Falling and diving backwards as he looked like he was covering the flats. Letting go of his receiver.
That should
The
seal the
one
deal
hand
here with-
tip. And as he was falling, able to stay aware and catch it. Desmond Springs, that is, again, one more time, an ESPN top 10 caliber interception right there. And so Jacob Wright will lead his offense back onto the field with just over 2.5 minutes to go.
I think Bowman's going to get to buff some stats right here with some runs. And it is a give to Bowman. Take it out to the 16. Approaching the 2-minute warning here. Looks like the Cougars might throw one more play in there. No, we're not. I think that'll take us to the 2-minute warning.
There isn't one.
Well, no 2-minute warning here.
So Sean Bowman gets the carry.
Ooh,
And a tough hit there. But Bowman's a tough running back.
sure.
A good scamper for about 20. And I think that might be the last we see of
Yeah,
Bowman.
He looks gassed. He has had a great game today.
Paul Wiles will check in. And Paul Wiles also with a great game.
Bowman's got 166 yards on the ground today. Wiles 3 for 38.
And you can expect to see Wright carry this clock all the way down to about the 3-second mark and then snap the ball. Oh, Wiles. Like he got wrapped up in the backfield, but keeps the feet churning and moves forward for about 5. So under 1 minute to go. And here's the clap and the applause and the celebration starts here in Danville, Virginia. As it looks like the Cougars will start the season undefeated, a perfect 1-0. And And just like that, there's more time on the play clock than there is on the game clock. So you know what that means. The game is indeed over.
Some discussion going on here.
It's like the referee's just asking Coach Adam if it's okay if they run the clock out. It's the last 24 seconds. And the referee's going to run over and ask Coach from Hampden-Sydney the same question. I think the Cougars might have to run one more play just to get the clock rolling.
They've reset the game clock from 24 to 14. Now
No,
it's
they've
running.
run it. So the Cougars will win it. 33-14 final score. Jacob Wright in his first Averett start at quarterback absolutely shined. Gave the fans something to watch. Sean Bowman, Paul Wiles, exciting. Dejon Brooks, Bradley Jefferson, Ethan Williams, all exciting. Desmond
Great
Springs,
game.
very exciting. In this first game, the defense flashed. Special teams showed optimism. Offense is absolutely hot. This is a very hot Averett football team, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes with the post-game show. We'll bring you some stats here at the Averett Sports Network. And welcome back, fans, to Frank R. Campbell Stadium. This was a great win, a very flashy win by this Averett football team, 33-14. And everybody is loud and proud here at the Gold Rush game. This offense was high-powered, fast, and full of speed, full of excitement here. Quarterback Jacob Wright ends with 150.8 QBR, went 13 for 20, 165 yards, one touchdown. As long as it was 49, and get this, no interceptions, no sacks.
That's great.
Rushing-wise, Sean Bowman, as always, led the charge. 20 carries, 166 yards, averaged 8.3 yards a carry. And like I said earlier, he's going to average 5 to 8 yards a carry, and that's just amazing. And Wright again, right there, second rushing. 8 carries, 93 yards, 11-yard average. Longest was a 32-yard scamper. And then Paul Wiles also 5 carries for 43 yards. And receiving-wise, Johnson went 8 catches, 124 yards, and a touchdown. Bowman went 3 for 32 Campbell and Francis both had one catch for 5 and 4 yards respectively. And you had some highlight players on defense.
What can you say about the Averett defense? They did an amazing job today. 6 turnovers, 3 picks, 3 fumble recoveries, 3 forced fumbles. Jefferson had 1 interception, took it 31 yards back. Showalter had 1 interception, a pick 6. He took that one 41 yards back. And Springs also had an interception. Bradley Jefferson did a great job on Morgan today, who almost had another foot on him. He got 4 pass breakups. And really, Major did a good job, but Bradley Jefferson, undersized, did a just beautiful job on the defense.
Bradley Jefferson had about 4 or 5 pass breakups. The interception really had about 2 or 3 interceptions that called back.
Got taken away.
And also had the 101-yard kick return.
That was a big
for
play.
A touchdown, and really lit the spark for the Averett offense to come back and score another touchdown when they got possession again. So Bradley Jefferson really had a great game. I don't know if it's him or Jacob Wright for player of the game. It's really close, but if I had to choose one, I'm going Jacob Wright in his first start in the gold and blue here at Frank R. Campbell Stadium.
And then with the defensive line also did very good. They got 3 sacks. Dejon Brooks had 1. Ledbetter had 1, and Williams had 1.
And so, Trevor, that's going to wrap things up for us today. We want to thank you for joining us again. You could have been watching a lot of college football, but this one was definitely the most exciting in the nation here at Frank R. Campbell Stadium. We want you to join us again here at our next home game. My name is Eddie Glenn, joined by Trevor Ramagos. Have a great night.